In a time when women were expected to be silent, one woman chose war. In the heart of the ancient northern Nigeria, she didn't just rule, she conquered. Her name was Amina, and her kingdom trembled at her feet. Welcome to the 16th century, to the powerful Hausa city of Zazu, also known in the present time Nigeria as Zaria, a land of trade and culture and growing power, but also a land under constant threat. Now, this is where one of Africa's greatest warriors would arise from. Now, born into royalty, Queen Amina was not like other princesses. While other princesses learned the palace rules, Amina trained under soldiers. She studied strategies, mastered weapons, and developed the hunger for power. They say by the age of 16, she had already become one of the skilled warriors of her time in the kingdom. Now, after the death of her father, the throne passed to her brother. But Amina waited. She watched and she also learned. When her brother died, there was no hesitation. She took over the throne, not just as a queen, but as a commander. Amina did not just rule from the palace, she marched. With an army of over 20,000 soldiers, she launched campaign after campaign. City after city fell before her feet. She expanded the Zazu Kingdom territory farther than ever before, creating trading routes and brought wealth and influence to her kingdom. Now, to her enemies, she was unstoppable, and to her people, she was legendary. But Amina didn't just conquer, she built. In every territory she claimed, she ordered and constructed massive defensive walls. These walls became known as the Amina Walls. They protected her empires. They stood as a warning, this land is under Amina. Let's go forward. But like other great leaders, her story is surrounded by mystery. Some say she never married, choosing power over love. Others tell that tale of lovers taken from conquered lands, never to be seen again. And her death, no one knows for sure. Some say she died in battle, fighting until her last breath. Now, centuries have passed, but Queen Amina's legacy still stands in the walls and in stories, and in the spirit of every woman who dares to live. She was more than a queen, she was a force that rewrote the history of Nigeria. History remembers queens, but legends remember warriors, and Amina was both. She was both a queen and she as well was a warrior. So my people, that's all we have on the story of Queen Amina. Let's read the comments of few Nigerians when they got to hear about the story Queen Amina. At Zara Born Queen says here, as someone from Zara, this story hits differently. Queen Amina know the small meaning for her. Now, in the empire of Zaria, in the state of Zaria, Kaduna, Queen Amina's name is not a joke. Let's go forward. At Palm of Africa Vibe says here, they always talk about European queens, but forget warriors like Amina. This is real history. They always talk about the European queens, what they do, what they achieve. They forget the line of history that has been made in Nigeria. Let's go forward. Tales by Tunde says here, so she built walls, conquered kingdoms, never married. Focus at 1000%. Let's go forward. At History Plugin says here, why didn't they teach us about Queen Amina in schools? They keep bringing the things that are not important, and they left the important parts of histories. Why didn't they teach us about Queen Amina in schools? Like this, African history, too powerful. When you get to hear all these ancient African histories, the stories, you will wonder, you will know that Nigeria is deeply rooted. So my people, that's all we have on the story of Queen Amina for today. We bring you more interesting stories on history and Nigerian politics. Bye bye for now.